world of Aaron, a broken world, torn asunder by greed and the struggle for power. The gods have grown weak, their power stolen, bound by mortals to magical gems. This dark hour was known as the Rupture, a cataclysmic event which plunged the world into chaos. Now, the kingdoms of man, far to the east, are divided. Dwarfs and elves far north, bitter enemies over conflicts long forgotten. Nomadic tribes wander the south shores for their lost homes. The halflings and gnomes living together far out west. In the middle of all this, the Badlands, a place where only one rule applies: survival of the fittest. But also the place where fame and fortune awaits those brave enough to seek it. The ones mad enough to try are also known as adventurers. This is our world. Welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons show, The Gems of Power.
Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the Gems of Power. And this is finally our second story arc with our DM Justin over on there. He has taken my position, has taken my Gem of Power, and he's now a DM. Justin, what's up?
Hi Justin.
Well, the first
Welcome to the driver's seat.
Oh god.
First thing we should always do is introductions for the people who don't know our players. So if our wonderful players could introduce themselves and their character, except for Chuky, don't say anything about your character yet.
I want to go first.
Mm-hmm.
I am playing a human. I'm a sorcerer. I am also a noble. I'm 5'10", 130 pounds. I'm a little bit on the pudgy side. I'm sorry, not 130 pounds, 230 pounds. 5'10", 230, a little on the pudgy side.
That's better.
Yeah. I have copper eyes and wavy kind of brash/red hair. My name is Reginald Scale Splitter, and I am a level 5 sorcerer, as I said before. That's me.
Remember, in online dating profiles, everything gets a little exaggerated.
I was hoping you would just go with it and everyone else would think you leveled me up, but no, you had to rat me out. I'm only level 3.
he was trying your hand.
To be fair, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Distracted elf?
No.
Distracted? What was distracted?
Hi,
distracted.
I'm Distracted Elf. I play Findira. Findira, ow! She is a gnome monk raised by wolves. She's 3'2". She wears a wolf pelt over her head, and she talks like this. So she's fun.
And you can be expecting a lot of that if you keep watching this show. FuzzyFreaks.
Okay, I play Finn Rossi. She's about, I can't remember how tall she was. She was like a little bit taller than Findira. Sort of like, I don't know, ginger hair, blue eyes, like a little bit woo, a little bit way, a little bit. She's she's a rogue, so yeah, but she's also kind of like, I don't know, she tends to end up being like the one who tries to like keep control of everybody else because they're fucking it up. So you know, she's very kind of like, yeah, everything's fine. Fucking don't do it. So yeah, so she's and has been known to like just be like give people a clip around the ear or punch
mother of the group.
Somewhat, yeah, kind of
bomb.
a little bit.
If your mom was a kleptomaniac.
Yeah, murderous kleptomaniac group mum kind of thing. Yeah, so that's kind of how she's evolved, I think. So
And ironically, the calmest person in the party, Clamtaco.
Yeah, I'm actually really calm. Yeah, I have like it's like reddish brown hair. It's like a strawberry blonde, you could say. You know, it's like it's long, red. Beard hangs to my knees. Okay, it's a very long beard. That's why I have
75% of our party actually gingers?
Yes, we have so many gingers. And
I missed that. Okay.
You just don't know what color Findira's hair is because she wears a wolf pelt over it all the time. So she might also be.
Wait, so like a large proportion of the party has no souls then?
Apparently.
Oh my god!
Screw you.
Screw you.
I'm sorry.
It had to be done, to be fair. Someone had to throw it out there.
Sorry.
I had red hair up until about 5 years ago. Maybe 8 years ago.
We all know we really have souls, man. We all got. I have a ginger beard. Well, it's barely ginger. It's red anyway.
Yeah.
It's red.
Same here.
Oh.
I cook with ginger.
Oh, there you go.
Basically the same thing.
We all got something. We all got something.
No, we
Some-
don't. I have
something
nothing to
ginger.
do with
I don't
anything.
even know what color my hair is now.
Makes stranger.
I don't even know.
Right, hold on. All right. Oh, I don't actually have long hair. I have a mohawk. I actually have a short mohawk. My bad. I actually misread. Big curved red nose is broken. Big bushy eyebrows. Angry looking. You know, just a big presence in the room. For a small guy, I have a big presence in the room. Very quiet until I need to kind of step out. Facial and head tattoos. A lot of facial and head tattoos. Yeah. I carry a little what's it called? Orc tongue. Sorry, nobody else knows. I'm talking to myself. Little orc tongue around my neck as a trophy because orc are obviously scum.
Weirdo.
They're all scum. Well, you know, it's the orcs. I have a little bit of an issue with the orcs. I'm just not very, very fond of them. Very light brown skin. Yeah, and I carry a tankard around my beard, and I'm an asshole. I like to drink. I like to fight, and I love women.
Okay, let me go real fast for the fan art that we have of our characters because there is actually out for this. I just uploaded it.
Oh, damn!
For those of you who don't
On-
know, we do have a dedicated email for fan art, and we always take the best ones every week and show them on stream.
So the email is the gemsofpower@gmail.com. All of the artwork that I'm gonna show right now is the one done by Dracos Amy on Twitter. That is at Dracos Amy on Twitter. If somebody can link that in chat, it'll be awesome. Besides that, this is Reginald Skillsplitter on the left. We have Findira Roar in the middle, and Bjorn Iron Fist on the right.
Oh, she didn't update it with Finn. Rossi's not
I have
there.
her. I've added her as well.
Alright,
We have
good.
Finn Rossi over on here. This is her own headshot. The name is misspelled, but that doesn't matter.
Fine.
It's going.
That's all
You can-
good.
you
I
can
like
just
I like
change your
that. I like
name
the firebolt that actually produces a piece of wood. Someone
Yeah.
captured that perfectly.
Yes. So you continue on doing your stuff, Justin. I'm just gonna drop through each of these fan arts real fast.
Well, the next thing was actually going to be the recap. So, for those of you who don't know, this is a D&D campaign where we're all operating in the same world and we keep the same characters. But every month we do a new story arc and we switch DMs. So we're going to eventually we're going to rotate through everyone here, and they're all going to DM something. So if you really want to see anyone in this chat DM, make sure you stick around, watch the show. But since Chuky DM'd last month, he's going to give us a recap of our story thus far.
Thus far, if I have not prepared this. Thus far, what has happened in the Gems of Power? Our party has been accustomed to our world in a most non-peaceful way. They have waded through the Badlands, taking a quest with a adventurer named Murphy and his ragtag band of adventurers. They went into the Badlands, which is the part of the map over on here, in which corruption reigns. The world is partly corrupted and destroyed, and they endeavored there to find wholly lost texts. And they made it in one piece, if you want to put it like that, to the broken temple. They fought creatures on the way there. They met corruption, met what it does to creatures and to humans alike, and waded through the dungeons beneath the broken temple. Before that, actually, I completely forgot about that, they meet two key characters. They meet Kor, the Kalishai. Kalishai seem to be some kind of desert guides, resembling ogres mostly, but with yellow eyes and blue skin. All covered together and extremely well armed. They seem to be somewhat of a presence, though in small numbers in the Badlands. Then they met Lady Eliza. Lady Eliza was a priest, seemingly a priest, of the Broken Temple, and she could not ever go out of the temple or she would wither away and die. Now, the party would find out differently soon as they went through the dungeons, passed all the holy trials, and entered a room in which they found 4 monks. Those monks talked to them, and in the end it was proven that the monks were actually ghosts, echoes of their former selves, that told the party some cryptic information, gave them the holy books and a couple of potions, and then told them that in a world of grey, black and white is not so easily discernible. The party waded up back into the keep and found a prisoner pen that Lady Eliza had been keeping. It seems that corruption had gotten her as well. Half of her body was drenched in corruption. But the party, in the end, after a very long fight with Lady Eliza and the Karishai's mad brother, they managed to defeat her, almost at the cost of everybody's lives. The only one still alive at that point was Reginald Skillsplitter, I think. I believe so. And Reginald, I think you were the only one still alive at that point in the fight.
I was. And
Bjorn.
That was
And
Bjorn.
I
Oh,
can't
sorry.
die.
Yeah.
You guys
Everybody was alive here. It was me.
defeated-
Okay.
You guys defeated Lady Eliza, and
By accident. Oh, well, didn't I finish her off whilst unconscious?
so what happened, how you actually defeated, like, in details, Finrozzy's body was thrown with a thunder wave into the creature, and on Finrozzy's body there were 3 healing potions. Now, corruption seems to react aggressively to divine magic, and when she was thrown on the concrete pavement over on there and corruption started drenching on her, Lady Eliza's deformed, corrupted body touched the holy magic, the spilling from the broken divine potions, and she was in some way purified. She couldn't remember much after she woke up, after the party woke her up. It seems that she still thinks it's almost 1,000 or even 2,000 years ago in the past. She doesn't know much about her former life and nothing about this world now. And after that, the party decided that it's time to wade back through the Badlands and get to Atlas to get paid by the monks for the holy books that they've recovered for them. And guided by the Karishai through a shortcut that only the Karishai knew, waded through orc territory without being attacked and made it to Dawn Tower, I think, the Tower of the Dawn or something like that. I completely forgot the name I gave it, and reached civilization yet again. I think that's my recap. So, what's next, Justin?
So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. You guys gonna just get to Atlas with no problems at all.
Excellent. So we have all of our HP, all of our spells, all of everything.
Yep, you guys have had multiple long rests on the way to Atlas.
Sweet.
All of our hit dice.
All of your hit dice.
Do I
Back
have any chance
to
to shot
full.
arrows?
And we got like 600 experience for the journey.
No.
Damn.
Damn it.
Nice try though.
Good try though, Neal. I appreciate it.
Don't worry. First encounter, you're gonna get 599 experience. It'll be fine.
Now, wait for the monster manual to find out what that is. Oh, by the way, Justin, am I at the same XP as the party, or just starting at normal level 3 XP?
You can be at the same XP as Neal.
Okay.
Neal's 50 behind.
So Neal, what
2100.
2100? Okay. I'm actually going to add my character sheet to the thingy as well. We'll get in chat as well. So
The thingy.
the thingy,
Yeah.
the winky.
2,100 experience, is it? I updated all this last.
You guys are. I think everyone's at 2150 except for Neal and Chuky.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. 2150.
But it's not fair. Why do I suffer from Neal's actions?
For some reason I filled all this in last time, but it's not.
Because I'm trying to encourage
Because
people
of
to
Hamari.
be reckless.
Because Justin is a cruel and malevolent.
Because of Hamari. Yeah, that's a good answer. Actually, Neal's answer is better than mine. Damn you, Neal.
So 2000, you said what?
It's 2100.
2100.
Trying not to move things around on your map on accident.
Yeah, I know.
Chucky's one of us now. This is
One of you. One of
yeah.
you.
Hey, Neal. Remember when your fireballs keep exploding in your hand? Remember? That was Chuky that did that to you.
Yeah, it was. I had forgotten.
So we make it to Atlas. You said, Justin.
Yeah.
So we just like like the setting of the scene is that we're arriving in the city, or have we been in the city for a while?
So you guys are just pulling into Atlas. It's mid-afternoon. Murphy, you guys, I don't know if any of your characters have been to Atlas. I think Neal's character is the only one who has even a chance of having been to Atlas.
Findira definitely hasn't been to Atlas.
Okay. So Atlas is this amazing monument to the gods, essentially. It was built, it's common knowledge that it was built by an alliance of elves, dwarves, and men all working to truly honor the gods and to raise a seat of power that could, in theory, people would look at it and they would be like, not only do gods exist in this world, but this is where, if they ever came to Earth, it would be. You have these massive stone edifices, all these churches. A lot of them seem really worn down, though. Like they're not being well maintained, although it has a very nice high wall around it, which is in excellent condition. So it's a little bit of a juxtaposition.
I think I'm from Atlas. I didn't write it down.
I think you said you were, yeah.
I think you did.
I remember you saying Reggie was from Atlas.
That's I didn't write it down, so I wasn't sure, but I think I'm from Atlas.
I was pretty sure if you were a noble, you'd be either from Atlas or had been in Atlas before.
So if we're just pulling into Atlas, is the city walled? Is there like a walled?
There is a wall around the city, and then you have to go through a gate. There's actually more than one gate.
All right.
But you are going in the Trader's Gate.
So as the caravan, right? Because we got our like little caravan of wagons, right? We got like 2 or 3, I think. As we're pulling in, Findira is like on top of one of the caravans because I'm assuming they're like covered. She's on top of one of the caravans, and she's been sleeping for the last couple of hours of the journey, so she hasn't seen Atlas from a distance because she's been asleep. Yeah, so she's just snoring in her way on top of the caravan until it stops, and as soon as it stops in front of like the guard gate or whatever, where you gotta do the check-in, you know, she like bolts awake, looks up, sees all these huge buildings, and like stumbles back a little bit and falls off the back of the cart, like onto her back, like off the back of the cart. Like you just hear, don't. Ow!
You actually hear a few chuckles and very deep male voices, like, oh, that's a good one. Hey Murphy, I see you got a bunch of bumpkins again.
Excuse me, my good sir. You happen to be addressing the company of Reginald Scale Splitter. Yes, that Scale Splitter family.
Yeah, you tell him, Reggie.
What did this flower just call me?
The guard looks a little confused now. He's like, Murphy, these guys are with you, right? And,
Why, I never! And I just start pushing past him, like, you know, chest out, shoulders back.
So, right, the Scale Splitters. I think I heard of them once.
I just push past them and I can go into town, past the gates.
He doesn't stop you. It's only his job to check wagons.
I'm just gonna like in that case I'm gonna insinuate myself behind Reggie and just be like,
It's so weird playing Murphy because it's not my character. It's someone else's character.
Put it like this, Justin, no bullshit.
I know.
No bullshit kind
fine.
of guy. That's it.
Findira comes out from behind the wagon that she fell off the back of, like rubbing her head a little bit. She's like readjusting the wolf pelt, you know, because it's like slightly askew, you know. So she's, you know, like
So Murphy bullshits with the guard for like a minute and then shakes his hand.
Bullshit kind of guy. He bullshits with the guard.
For like a minute. Well, because you gotta play the game. You gotta play the game, right? The guard makes a cursory inspection of the wagon and waves you guys through.
backhanders, greasy palms.
Is Reginald like off into Atlas on his own, completely separated from the party, or did he wait for the wagons?
Oh,
waits
I'm
for the
right
way,
behind you
goes
again.
through the gates, and then once he's 20 feet beyond that or 50 feet beyond that, he stands around looking very important and very irritated.
Does he do the foot tap? It's like,
I think he's more of like a weight shifting from one side to the other sort of guy.
because he weighs so much that one foot can't take it for very long. Seriously.
Yeah. And the foot tapping is just, it's awkward.
Huh?
He prefers to like put his hands on his hips and lean here and then lean there, behind the wall and lean against that. And then no, I'm a noble. I can't lean against the wall.
Wow.
At this point, I'm just looking at it like, oh my god.
So
Murphy,
Findira,
Murphy drives up. He's like, "You guys are sometimes a little bit more trouble than you're worth. You know that?"
Mate, how much money did we just make you?
Well, I don't know yet. It depends on the quality of the books. Speaking of the title of those other 4 books, because I know
Oh, yeah,
I know Reginald
yeah.
wants to know them.
I do. I've been waiting. All right, give them to me.
So it's a treatise on potential locations of holy sites.
Ooh.
One sec.
fancy.
Witches, care, and disposal.
Witches, care, and just
Perfect. Interesting. That should be an interesting read.
An examination of the myths of various forgotten gods. And the last book just has the title Dance. Big like gold gilded letters.
I wonder which one of the monks was reading that. It's like the secret book. Like he
Yeah,
was.
it's like the
all right. Thank
yeah.
you very
Just
much.
imagine a monk just pirouetting around the thing, just like.
So as the caravan pulls in through the walls, Findira is not looking at all where she's walking. She's uncharacteristically unobservant as she like stares up at the various like huge stone structures around her, having lived in like the woods her entire life. She's like, you can see the look on her face is like, what the fuck is this place?
Do you say that out loud?
By the way,
hang
Justin,
on.
check Skype.
You can more just hear not quite that, but you can hear her going like, what?
I'm gonna take pity on her. I'm just gonna basically just sort of like slide over. She's like, "Come with me, kid. Come with me." Okay, right? Don't worry. I don't know the place, but I'm like, a little bit woo.
If you guys are
I
following the
can't
wagons,
believe
Murphy is heading pretty much straight towards the middle of town in his wagons, and eventually, if you keep up with him, you go
I'm gonna
past.
keep an eye out for an armor or shop or something because I need to restock on caltrops and arrows. That's like my number one priority.
Well, actually, you come into eventually this huge courtyard that is full of tents, and it's like an open air bazaar. But at the north end of it, there is this enormous statue. Like, you think some of the buildings you've seen have been pretty tall. This is a tall building, and on top of the tall building, there is a statue of a giant, sort of raising his hands up into the air, and his eyes seem to sparkle and follow you when you look at them.
It's creepy.
You just hear, he's watching.
Chill out, kid. Chill out. It's all right. I've got you. Come on. I'm just all like sort of link my arm with hers, and I'm just like, right, don't do anything stupid.
Just like
right?
pulling her along. So
Yeah,
she's
it's just like.
So Murphy pulls up in front of has the statue on it, and he's like, "All right, come on, let's get this over with."
Ooh, payday. Right, let's do this.
At this moment, I turn to the rest of my companions and go, I completely forgot. Are we actually... We're giving him these books that we took, aren't we? That was our purpose
Yeah.
in there. was
only
to get
only the specific ones. There's like a couple of books, isn't there?
There's 7 books, one of which is very fancy, all of which the church asked him to retrieve. That was the whole point of the mission.
All right. Yeah.
You know, I had long forgotten the point of that entire mission until Red just said, well, we've got these books to sell. Should have paid attention.
Let's get paid then. Come on.
I mean,
Try and get paid.
we don't
No
have
business, yeah?
Neal Fish Memory Erickson as a nickname for nothing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really disappointed now that these books are being sold.
Maybe, who knows, maybe they'll not be interested in dance.
Yeah, who knows? So you guys followed Murphy into the temple, presumably?
Yeah.
Do all of you follow Murphy into the temple?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm still not
What's
there.
Bjorn
still not
doing?
there.
I'm going to get a drink. I need ale, guys. Okay, I'm a big small guy, I guess.
You're a big small guy.
I'm a big small guy, big heart, small guy. I need to go refresh.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, wherever Finn is going, Findira's like arm locked with her right now. So whatever Finn is doing, Findira's being dragged that way.
So what is
Well,
what
I
is
think-
Finrazi doing?
Well, if we're going to get paid, I'm going to go make sure I get my cut of this thing.
Okay, so
Well, that's what
Murphy, Finrazi, and Findera, and Gregor and Eliza are all going into the temple. Reginald?
I'm going. Yeah. I'm right on his.
All right, so Bjorn's the only one who's going to be like, I'm going to go get a drink.
Yeah, Bjorn's like, fuck this.
It's been a long time, okay? It's been a long
It's all right,
time.
Bjorn. It's all right. I'll collect your cut for you.
Yeah, you take care of it. Yeah, I'm sure you will.
So you guys get ushered into the. You guys walk into the temple. An acolyte comes up to Murphy and asks him what his business is. And Murphy, gives him just like a piece of paper. And the acolyte's eyes go a little bit big, and he brushes off, and you get ushered after a little while into one of the upper floors, into this very ridiculous throne room, almost. You can't think of any other word for it. It has a crystal throne in it. It's a throne room. It seems like a weird thing to have in it. You assumed this was a church because you said that.
How does the inside of this temple look? Like, is it like really ostentatious or?
It's a weird mix of martial and ostentatious. There are suits of armor in the there's suits of armor like displayed and shields on the walls in the opening. And as you go further into the temple, it gets replaced. The armor and the weapons get replaced by like silks and tapestries. And
Are we talking like
hanging on the walls?
Are we talking like big high church ceilings or like where are we?
In the opening, there's a big high church ceiling, and as they take you out of that area, becomes dingier, like with lower ceilings and.
Cool.
Justin, what do I know about this temple?
If you're from Atlas, you know that you are from Atlas, right? So this is. There used to be several churches in Atlas, all of which were roughly equally powerful. But after the absence of the gods, this is the Temple Harukai, which were a martial order of priests.
Can you repeat that, Justin, because you got caught out a bit on Zoom?
Harukai?
Yes, just
were-
chat because they didn't hear it.
Which were a martial order of priests. And they managed to basically maintain their power despite the absence of a god, because they were still able to defend the city, they were still able to perform most of their functions, so people started looking to them as a source of leadership in a time when there were no gods to depend on for miracles and whatnot. And for some reason that is not clear, no one knows why, the Harukai are still able to use their divine powers almost the same way they could before the fall.
I recap all of this to my companions as we walk through the temple.
Give them
I'm not
paper,
really paying
get
attention.
gold. Give paper, get gold.
I'm just looking around, sort of like if there's anything easily thievable that nobody's going to notice, like any small valuable objects, just for future reference. Is there anything?
Not really in the hallways. Once you get to the office, or throne room, actually, that they're leading you towards,
Throne room?
there's still nothing.
No.
Okay, so
They've put all the valuables away somewhere. They knew I was coming.
There's a famous crystal throne, and it's said that only the true king can sit upon it.
Not really easy to shift though. Whatever.
And
That's
it apparently has not been occupied in a long time, but the church still likes to rub the fact that they own it in people's faces, so they always have their important meetings in the throne room.
Okay. I'll just look at Findira and just be like, how many people do you think it would take a shift that?
6.
Yeah.
Of course,
So-
people to her are gnomes, so you know it's like 6 gnomes, maybe
This thing looks like it weighs at least several thousand pounds.
7.
Get some, might have to get some sort of trolley maybe. Yeah, block and tackle.
I clear my throat at them.
I'm just sort of quietly musing to myself. I'm using sort of like a quiet voice. As well.
This is
Findira
a
looks
place
a
of
lot.
great holiness, and it must be respected.
Findira looks a lot more comfortable now that she's got like a ceiling and just like a small room to deal with, and not like huge buildings. So she's like, they have lots of things. We give them more
Murphy
things.
mutters at you
Do
guys.
they need it?
When you're in this building, it's a good idea to assume people are always listening.
Yeah, I know. I was just idly speculating.
I look to Murphy,
Look at that
kind of
heavy
expectingly.
Anyway, when's payday? Come on.
You guys. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It'll all be over soon. Sell the books, pay them off. Murphy starts muttering to himself.
I'm immediately
He's had a
be all over soon.
he lost his best cook. He's had a really trying journey.
That cook.
Findira just talks to Finn off to the side, like totally ignoring the fact that they're supposed to be like, you know, trading of books and money, because it's just like whatever, it doesn't matter to her.
Right.
She just keeps going. She's looking at the throne and she goes, "Not look very comfy. Leaves and grass more comfy. Sit on all day, get very sore."
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So a voice behind you says, "Oh, I quite agree." And someone has literally managed to sneak up on you guys. He's actually, he looks like an older man, thin, sort of emaciated.
I'm immediately
almost.
deeply suspicious of this stealthy person who's just who's like,
He's wearing very elaborate robes, and he sort of pats Findara on the head.
Findira.
Findira on the head.
Kira.
I quite agree, child. It's no
She-
fit place for any
Wait,
normal person to
you,
sit.
you pat her on the head?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I don't pat her.
Oh,
I don't
no.
pat her on the head. The
I
priest
just
pats her on the
tried.
head.
Okay, so the priest pats her on the head, and as soon as he touches the pelt that's on her head, she freaks out. She like jumps away from him and goes like, "Argh!"
I'm just at this point. I'm just immediately going, whoop! No, I'm not here.
Oh, not a child. You're a gnome. How lovely. Sorry about that.
She's glaring at
All right,
him
mate. Nice to meet you. I'm Finn.
suspicious way, like
Ah,
like he
pleasure,
was-
pleasure to meet you.
I
Finn.
just immediately attempted to smooth
I'm,
things over. All right,
I'm-
I'm Finn. Yeah, nice to meet
I'm
you.
Simon. Murphy, are these your associates?
What do I know about this Simon fella?
So Simple Simon, as he is often called, is actually the current head of the largest faction of the Harukai. So he's pretty much in charge of most things in this building, and by default, also in charge of most things in Atlas.
Right. Okay. I don't say this to any of the other party members. I just kind of nod.
I'm just being nice to him because he's going to pay us.
Uh,
All right, mate.
Murphy responds like, "Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to bring them in. We got the books. That's all that really matters, right?" Simon says, "Indeed. Oh, but I would so love to talk to your friends. I've never actually been to the Badlands, you know, but it's so exciting to hear about the adventures."
If you would like to go sometime, I'd be more than
Oh,
happy
it
to
was-
lead you.
Findira just adds, "It's bad. It's lands."
And I muster the most proper bow that I can with
I'm just
my,
gonna be like,
waddly self.
Your waddly self.
Yeah. But I am super charismatic, so
It is
it's
cute,
awesome,
it is,
and
yeah.
it goes off.
It goes off well. All right.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean, bowing's not that difficult to skill.
no. No, and I'm classically trained, I'm well educated, I'm wearing nice clothes. I mean, they're a little bit torn, but they're nice.
They're nice. Should have had Gregor mend them for you.
Probably did have Gregor mend them for me.
There you
They're
go.
probably
They're not torn. There you go.
Yeah, they're just beautiful. Finely tailored. Maybe a little bit loose now.
Oh, did you lose some weight in the Badlands? Are you looking fitter?
Probably.
All right.
Don't worry, I'll gain it all back right now.
Wow. All right. Okay, we need to get Gregor and Murphy like off of the scene as soon as possible because I'm tired of talking to myself. So Simon goes and sits next to the throne on a little wooden chair that is like next to it's a strange it looks really weird. You have this tiny little wooden chair and this giant crystal throne. It causes a little bit of cognitive dissonance if you look at it for too long. If you roll an intelligence check, you might be able to figure out that this is intentional.
I don't care.
Simon,
Findira's regarding this person with the utmost of suspicion, having assumed that he was trying to steal her wolf pelt because that's why you touch. That's why you would touch it.
I just assume he's probably got some ulterior motive because I'm a suspicious bastard.
So, Murphy, the books. You managed to retrieve them? Any other holy writings?
I produced the books and set them on a table at this point.
And Gregor produces the last book with the elaborate golden, and he also produces Eliza! Wonderful! Wonderful! Ooh, yes! A dance! Wow, I haven't seen one of those in quite a long time. And it's so new and shiny compared to the ones we have.
Give gold!
Settle down, kids, settle down.
So were there any problems in retrieving them?
A great many.
Oh, do tell!
Yeah.
Do tell! Tell me what happened in the Badlands.
I would be most happy to tell you, but only after we've received our compensation.
I think.
Kill lots of things.
Hardship bonus. We lost some good people out there. It was hard. It was hard, man.
No,
We
we will
went
just
above and beyond the Call of Duty on this one. Above and beyond.
we will
It-
just redistribute their wages amongst the
Look,
surviving
why
members.
don't you let me handle the negotiations, kid? Reggie?
There's
Simon-
a reason I'm not letting you handle the negotiations.
Simon,
Excuse me, my lord.
Simon
This-
gestures to Paige. Of course. Always talking about compensation first. I'm used to Murphy and his friends doing that.
It
We
doesn't matter
risked our
that must be
lives for
addressed.
these books, mate.
We are
We risked our
professionals
lives for
here.
these books.
Once our
We are.
professional duties are complete, we may talk as friends.
So
So,
a page comes in from a side entrance carrying a bag of gold, or a large bag of coins. At least it's jingling, and he hands it to Murphy. And Murphy looks in the bag. He's like, "Yep, it's all there." He looks at you guys like, do you want to distribute this now,
Yep.
or?
yep.
I take it from him, and I hand it to Bjorn.
Bjorn's not
Bjorn's
here.
not there.
Bjorn.
Fuck.
No, I'm in the bar.
Yes.
I can't hand it to either of you.
As you take it, Findira like reaches her hands out to take it. She looks like she just wants to leave this place. So like, if you give it to her, she's just like
Oh
gonna
my god!
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
You can hand it to Gregor. Gregor can do math.
give it.
Is Gregor with us?
Yeah.
I thought Gregor bailed. Okay, I hand
He's
it
gonna
to
be
Gregor.
saying in this temple for the record, but he needs to like get
I hand it to Gregor and I say, could you please distribute this appropriately?
right. So everyone took the 10%, right? So
Yeah.
10%. So I just need to count this. And you each
Oh,
end.
that's right. There was the 10% or the flat fee. I remember the entire premise of the campaign now.
Good job, Neal.
Ta-da! Like amnesia, you know? Like Neal just gets one detail and
Neal has these memory cascades. You just need to find the right trigger.
I used an awful lot of equipment on this. I think I deserve a bit extra because I used up a load of arrows and a load of caltrops. And, you know, I...
Yeah, Gregor ignores you.
Yeah. I will not be... No, I'm getting Gregor. I'm just like, no, mate, no.
The
I
halfling
deserve
is just like
extra.
standing there yammering at Gregor about how much he's.
He's like, nope.
While they're chattering about this, I
So,
ignore them and I turn back to
Gregor,
Simon.
this is a good reason for Gregor to be quiet. So eventually, you'll each end up with 60 gold.
Including the extra compensation from the dead members that gets redistributed.
Yep.
Well,
Okay. At this point, I look around and find out that I don't have any money, and my belt pouch that had all my money has been taken. And is missing.
Do you bring this up?
What? When did I last have my money? I could have dropped it anywhere.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I'm gonna give myself an end check just to see how this plays out.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be fun.
Natural 20. All right. What? I didn't drop it. I put the new belt pouch on my belt, and I stock up to. No, I'm talking to Simon. So I just kind of like frustratingly put it on my belt.
Oh, and for the record,
Give it back to
Gregor
Simon,
also
but
gave
I'm on to you.
Bjorn's share. Because
I am looking
doesn't
at
trust
the
anyone
most
else.
innocent look on my face you've ever seen. I'm like,
What
no,
what I want to know is what's Bjorn doing right now?
he's drinking.
I'm drinking. Yeah.
We're gonna get to Bjorn, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get to Bjorn. Bjorn has some things going on.
Oh. Oh.
I turn back and I would like to talk with Simon, and I will tell him all about our adventures, but I request to do so, in a more comfortable place, perhaps like a parlor or something.
I want in on this chat. I'm not like sort of like, oh, I'll join you.
Oh.
That sounds interesting. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't even occur to me that it could be uncomfortable here with all of you standing and me sitting. How silly of me.
He's not sitting in the throne.
No, he's sitting in a wooden chair next to it. That's like the wooden chair is small enough that looking at the chair causes people like discomfort. It's a cognitive dissonance thing. Like the proportions are not right. It's just strange.
Okay. I'm on to this guy. This guy is fucking sketchy as hell.
What? He's
I'm
just
also
simple
thinking-
Simon.
This
Yeah,
dude.
but when someone said it looks uncomfortable to sit on, he said it does, which means he's been sitting on it. I don't trust that motherfucker.
Of course, we should retire to my private chambers.
Yeah.
I'm totally
I
tagging along
retired
to the
to
private
the
chambers. I'm just like, right, I want in on
Murphy takes this opportunity to leave because he doesn't really care. He's like, I need a drink. I'm done. I got my money. I'm
Findera
out.
doesn't really want to talk with this person. She's like instantly unhelpful towards this person.
Do you want to follow
Super
Murphy
bad.
out?
So-
You
so
don't have
she-
to follow him in the
Not,
room.
basically, I'm not dragging Findera into the private chat with me because I'm just thinking you'd be a liability. So I'm just like, you wait here, kid. You wait here.
I hand Bjorn's bag of 60 gold to her, and I say, go find Bjorn, give this to him.
To who? Sorry, can I just make sure?
To-
I know?
To Findera.
Yeah, to Findera.
Clam's really worried. He's like, I want to make sure it's not going to Fuzzy's character.
So Findera takes Findera has like one bag of gold in one hand and one bag of gold in the other. You know, because she's like.
And you just follow Murphy back outside.
And she sort of goes like, okay, I'll find Bjorn, and then goes with Murphy. She doesn't
Look
sound
after that,
very.
right?
She doesn't sound very sure because she's going back outside onto the street, where she has no idea where she's going or what she's
He'll
doing.
be fine. What is?
Gregor, maybe you should go with her.
Oh no, Gregor's staying here.
Well, Gregor, maybe you should go with her. She looks a little lost.
I'm sure she'll be fine. Anyone who can survive in the wild can survive in a city. They're basically the same thing.
She's a bit gullible though, mate. She is a bit gullible. Why don't you just wait here for a bit, Findera? Why don't you just wait here for a bit, alright?
She's gone, guys. Whatever.
She's off.
She followed Murphy. She followed Murphy out. You guys talked about this for too long. So I take it. Finn Razi is staying.
Oh yes.
All right. He does escort you back into a chamber. This chamber looks much more like an office.
When I realize Finrazi is staying, I kind of give her like a little like, go away. What do you do? Stop following.
I'm just looking at like.
And you guys go into the office, and shenanigans ensue. Now you talk to Simon for actually several hours. He keeps asking more and more detailed questions.
I try and make myself sound as good as possible and make Reggie sound like a complete inept idiot.
When he hears,
okay, well hold on. Then we have some shit to work out because the entire time I'm trying to give like a calm, like reassuring, semi-dramatic storytelling. I'm not trying to make anyone stand out, but I'm trying to make us sound like good as a group. And so when Findera comes in, is like, or Finrazi is like, yeah, coming in and making jabs
right. Well,
at a certain point, I'll pull her aside and be like, excuse me. And I pull her aside like, what the fuck are you doing? I am setting something up.
Okay, actually, all right.
Shut your
all right.
trap.
Actually, if All right, actually, okay. If that's what you're trying to do, I am going to be like, okay, I'm going to put my I'm going to be like grit my teeth, put my personal animosity aside, and just basically work with you because I can smell the profits. So it's be like, okay, whatever.
Okay, cool.
You get a few little subtle digs here and there that only Reggie will get. But, you know, sort of like, but I'm going to totally be like on the same page again.
Oh wow.
So I'd like to entertain the guy with our stories, and I'm going to try and leave like a lure of mystery around us if possible by leaving out, you know, clearly omitting certain details or saying, oh, well, because you know how he is. You know, hinting at things or just omitting things or working off like assumptions that I haven't publicly stated.
Awesome. He smiles pretty much the whole time. He's very, very friendly. He gets very interested in Eliza once you guys tell that part of the story. And he says, "Oh, you poor child. Of course, you'll have to stay here because this is really the only bosom of the gods left in the world. And where else would you belong?"
Bosom, eh?
Says
He says
the emaciated guy. Yeah. Those are his exact words.
Oh my.
Well,
And then Gregor's like, "And of course, I'll stay here with her, just to look after her. You know." Simon doesn't look happy about that.
Oh god. I'm just gonna be like just in.
I think that's it for us. What about?
Yep. After a while he lets you guys go, and now Gregor and Eliza are forever out of out of sight and out of mind. Thank God.
Okay.
I just wanted them to end up in the temple, and now I'm done. I don't care. So we come to we'll cut to Bjorn first.
I'm in a brothel, by the way. It's like a brothel slash.
You're in
know,
okay. So
There's
wait. How do you find this brothel?
Whoa, yeah.
Okay, there's a place of sin everywhere. Okay,
Yes, but how do you personally find this brothel? Then you've never been to this city.
Follow the women.
I walked around.
Follow
You
the
just
women.
walked around.
Hey,
Give me a drunken walk check.
What is that?
Just a 1d20.
Okay.
There's a theory in math called the drunken walk, where if you anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh shit! This is not going to end well.
You absolutely fail to find even a bar, much less a brothel. You're like, I know there must be a bar around here somewhere. It's a city. Cities have bars. And so you just keep walking down random streets, not even realizing you're in the residential districts. These are people's houses.
Oh my god!
You go up and knock on the door and like, is this a brothel? And they're like, no, go away.
Am I sober at this point, or am I drunk?
I assume you're sober because you haven't found the bar yet.
Oh my god! What's wrong with me?
So you do this for like an hour. What do you do after that?
What did I do after that? I think I'm gonna ask for directions.
That's a good call. Give me a 1d20. I'll actually let you roll this.
God.
Oh, so you actually managed to find some children
Thanks.
who were playing with like a stick and a hoop on the street, and maybe some rocks and some other. And they're like playing. You think they might be playing war actually, and you walk up to them and you're like, "Hi, children." One of them responds, "Hi. What's your name?"
Am I really gonna ask these kids where the? Okay.
I don't know. Are you? These are the people you found to ask.
Where does mommy and daddy? No, where does daddy go when he leaves the house at night?
Work. He's a bouncer.
So which way is it to where your daddy works?
That way.
I'm gonna go follow just straight down there, right?
Yeah,
Straight down there,
right there.
Okay.
That way.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your help. I'm gonna toss him a little silver piece, like a little piece of silver,
Oh.
and gonna get him. Yeah.
His eyes go really big. He's like, "Oh, ice cream. Thanks, mister."
You're welcome.
And he runs off in the opposite direction of the direction you pointed.
Awesome. I'm gonna make my way down to that direction anyway.
Alright.
I'm gonna assume I find the bar, or
You wind up at a gate that leads out of the city.
that goddamn shit. I swear to God. Why are you playing with me? Why do you play with me like this?
His dad's a guard. He bounces people out of the city. That's what they call it.
I'm gonna ask a guard.
You ask a guard, dude. What do you ask the guard? Do you ask the guard where the nearest bar is or where the nearest brothel is? Because you're gonna get different answers.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a bar. I'm gonna take my losses here. I'm gonna ask for a bar.
Gosh. The Peeking Clam is just right down the. What? It's kind of a bar. Yeah, the Peeking Clam is just right down there.
The Peeking Clam. Huh? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna head on out towards the Peeking Clam. I think that's what a double entendre. No, yeah.
Double entendre.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
double entendre.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a double entendre.
Yeah. I hope.
So
So I'm gonna head on down to the Peeking
Yeah,
Clam.
you see. Eventually, it's like a half-mile down the road. You see a sign that has like an oyster with a clam peeking out of it. It looks really strange. Imagine like an oyster open up and there's a clam inside of it.
Oh my god.
It's like you know there's a story there, but you don't even want to know what it is.
This is the right place right here. I'm gonna go straight on through the doors. Not gonna kick the door. I'm gonna open the door very gently.
Oh, good. I have to ask.
Creepy restaurant, isn't it?
So you walk into this bar, and it's actually strangely bright in here. There's lots of like enclosed metal lanterns, and they don't even seem to be giving off smoke. So it's really strange.
Can you describe what else I'm seeing? Like what's happening?
There's lots of low tables. There's not a ton of people in here. The people who are in here seem to be all fairly well dressed. Each of the tables is isolated by like a wall, so instead of being all out in the open, there's like multiple small booths that each have privacy curtains.
This is the right place. This is the place. I'm gonna walk straight up to the bar, and who's serving me? What does the fella look like who's serving, or lady?
It's a fella. It's actually a rather handsome fella. He looks kind of like a Nordic god, actually. He's like 6'2", very muscly, blonde hair, blue eyes, strong jawline. He looks down at you and he's like, "Hey there. What can I get you?"
Hello, princess. I'd like an ale.
Oh, coming right up.
I'm gonna look around the bar. I'm gonna sit back with my arms on the bar. I'm gonna take a gander around the bar for a moment and try to figure out what's happening around here. Because a very vague description, I guess. So I'm just gonna look around. I'm gonna see if I can like get any glimpses within the curtains. Because twice.
You occasionally, yes, there's some barmaids walking around.
Okay.
Or you think they're barmaids. They might roll a perception check.
Oh,
Please,
God.
please don't let this be a thing. I think I'll stab you.
Yeah, you're okay. Well, at least one of them's a barmaid. All the servers are wearing skirts though, and you're not entirely sure that all of them are women. It seems like there's some men who are wearing skirts and serving. It's strange.
Okay.
I think Findira's gonna become a pyromaniac with this bar.
I'm not gonna say anything here. I'm just gonna let this see how this plays out.
For the record, this bar was randomly created from a chart that I drew.
I'm sure it was.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ale, and I'm gonna sit down and find myself a table. Is there any empty tables?
Oh yeah, there's several empty tables.
All right.
Actually,
Oh yeah, you even
all
said that.
of the booths are full. The tables are all empty. No one seems to want to sit at the tables.
I'm gonna sit at the bar. I think.
Okay.
Why is nobody sitting at the tables?
I don't know. Why is no one sitting at the tables?
I'm gonna sit at the table.
Are you going to ask why no one's sitting at the
You know
table?
what? I'm gonna take a risk and I'm gonna sit at the table.
Okay.
If I get stabbed, I'm gonna enjoy my beer. I'm just gonna sit there and enjoy my beer.
As you sit at the table, the bartender looks at you and his eyes go wide and he looks all happy and excited.
I'm gonna just raise my cup, nod.
Oh, he nods
Go
back. He winks.
It's like a dwarf in the middle of nobody sitting at tables. He's just on his own.
So the only server that you're absolutely sure is a woman comes up to you. And she's like, honey, do you know where you are? Are you lost?
This is a bar, right? And yeah.
Of course it's a bar. Of course it's a bar.
Yeah.
You're not from Atlas, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm here with my party.
Are they coming later?
I haven't really.
Did they send you here?
No, a guard sent me here. I'm hoping my party will arrive shortly.
Oh, she smiles and she's like, oh, Joe. Joe.
What is happening right now?
This is a special kind of bar. And
It is.
You're welcome to stay. We accept all sorts of types here. Just, if anyone's bothering you, just let me know and I'll take care of it. Okay?
Very well. This is fine ale you serve here.
Oh, yes. Yes. Some of the finest ale in Atlas. Which really means it's the finest ale in the world,
Is she pretty? Is she pretty? 'Cause she's all giggly at her.
She is pretty.
Oh, she is pretty?
She is pretty.
Hotness,
Why don't you-
hotness.
Yeah, can we get a hotness check here?
Listen, come on, I want you to get out of the pit if this hotness check is gonna be below an 8.
She is a 14.
Wow, okay.
That's all right. It's really good. Okay.
Yeah.
So she's one step below Eliza, basically.
Okay. Oh, fine.
I mean,
Fine.
depends how your character sees miniskirts. Like,
So Clam's gonna hang out in this mysterious bar, or not Clam? Yeah, Clam. Bjorn. Bjorn's gonna hang out in this mysterious bar. You have having two names is confusing. And we're gonna cut back to Findira. There we go, Findira.
Okay, so Findira exited the like
Oh my god, this is gonna
the
be
like
just.
temple. She's still got like 2 bags of gold, like one in each hand. And they're like at her sides, and she's looking around like, okay, I have to find Bjorn.
How do you try and find Bjorn? That's my question.
Can I roll survival?
I'll let you roll perception. Normally it'd be investigation to find someone in a city, but I'll let you roll perception. Like,
Okay.
think of it as rolling tracking.
Hold up, I gotta check my stat here because I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, okay. Hang on 1 sec. Okay.
So because you grew up with wolves, you're uncommonly sensitive to people's scents, and Bjorn smells real bad, having not bathed for the entire trip. For the record, he was the only person who didn't bathe when there was water.
Really?
Yeah, everyone else was like, I get some water and clean myself up a little bit, and Bjorn's the only person who didn't say that. So I just assume he took no bath at all.
You will not be seeing a bath from me this whole time. Don't
Okay.
worry.
So you actually managed to pick up his scent.
So Findira is just walking along the street
Uh-huh.
with her like wolf hood on, and she's 3'2". She's already pretty close to the ground, but she's leaning forward like really far, going like.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Trying to find this dwarf as she walks along, like following the scent.
So after a little while, a child with a silver piece in his hand, being followed by a bunch of his friends, comes running towards you, and they see you doing this, and they start giggling and laughing. They're like, "Oh, that's a fun game!" And they start following you, doing it too. It's like...
She turns around, like she stands up, and she turns around when she sees the kids are mimicking her. She's nice and eye level, so it's all good. She turns around and she's like, "Did you see a dwarf?
What's a dwarf?
Beard. Short.
We saw a beard. He gave us money for ice cream.
What's his name, Bjorn?
I don't know.
Red beard
Yeah, he has a red beard.
with a cup tied in.
Yeah,
Ah! Which way? Which way he go?
he went that way.
Findira's just gonna go where she's pointed. She's gonna stop like tracking and just like start walking. She's still got a bag of gold in each hand.
All right. Thankfully, the child pointed in the same direction that he pointed in before. It's a 50. I gave it a 50-50 chance. Kids are just so funny.
And,
Eventually, you make it to the guard gate.
Sorry.
so
It's okay. We'll put a mosquito counter up on the stream later.
So
How many Neal today?
Findira gets to the guard gate, and I'm actually gonna roll intelligence here because I'm not sure what she would do. Hold on. She's actually smarter than you give her credit for, but she doesn't have a modifier, so.
I've never said she was dumb.
She's not dumb. She's just like lives in the moment.
Oh God.
So what does that one mean to you? What is Findira
So
do?
Findira's natural assumption, as for any regular normal person, is he left this fucking terrible buildings everywhere, streets and like massive edifices everywhere. Because this place is horrible, and he went down the road somewhere to like a smaller place. So she is just gonna keep walking.
Alright, the guards don't stop you. They have no problem with people leaving the city. Yeah, you just walk out of town.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I didn't think you were gonna go through with it.
I'm not. No, see, this is the kind of DM I have. If players do things, I just assume that they want to do that, and it makes
I
sense.
guess we'll see how far she gets before she realizes she's like totally wrong.
After like 2 minutes, you can roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
This doesn't.
She just walks out of.
Should I actually? Can I roll survival to see if I see any dwarf?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, totally. Survival's fine
Yeah.
for tracking.
Okay. This could just like continuously be
In
awful.
for one, yeah.
Roll another one. That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah, so in hindsight, you realize as soon as you walked out that this gate doesn't seem like it's used very often. The dirt had no footprints on it. So if anyone left recently, there would have been footprints.
He's like, well, that doesn't make sense. She turns around and heads back towards the gate.
All right. The guards stop you. Like, didn't you just leave?
Yes.
What did you have to do outside of the city for like 5 minutes?
Looking for a dwarf named Bjorn.
Oh, I met Bjorn.
What?
Yeah, I sent him to a bar just down the way.
Oh. Where?
Oh, it's just half a mile that way. You can't miss it. The sign has an oyster with a clam on it. You'll see it.
Okay. And she just goes. She's let back into the city. She just goes. I was worried the guards were gonna keep her out because she lets back into the city and wanders off towards Bjorn's strange bar. Yeah. There's this.
All right, so you make it to the bar successfully. You walk in, and there's Bjorn, and he's talking to a mysterious figure who has sat down at his table. And now we're gonna get a break.
Okay.
The table's full of ale.
See you guys on the other side.